All right, guys. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. It's the kid. It's the kid. It's the kid. We're live. It's your boy HH. How to bring your boy Dev to the D to the E to the V to the O.
Done now.
So the sorrow, the hollow, the wheelbarrow, all that kind of stuff, man.
Terrible freestyle.
Yeah, no. What can I say?
We'll work on that at the end of the show.
What can I say? I don't lay in hay. But I am born in May, so please don't be led astray.
Seize the day.
Okay, into the fray. Okay, Griezmann. So obviously, guys, we have a great show for you here, guys. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. And remember, guys, we will be looking at what you're saying in the chats, trying to interact with you guys to support your boy in the channel, dropping a super chats. Pleasure is obviously, accepted for the super chats, and of course, all super chats will get a priority comment read whenever we're doing our thing. So we're talking Griezmann, we're talking Jovic, bit of Zad, Premier League fixtures. We're going to discuss upon that. Devo just told me that Everton are going to get sacrificed during Christmas.
Sacrifice at Christmas, man.
And Carrasco, is it Bayern? Is it Arsenal? Fekir. What are you saying about this whole Fekir Liverpool thing? Is Fekir really that dude? I think that the dude is overrated. So,
all right, we'll come on to that.
Yeah, okay. Let's write first with Griezmann right now. So, I thought it was PSG.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote like a little blog thing about PSG, blah blah. People said it was PSG. Then earlier today, Atletico then put out a tweet. No, it wasn't Atletico. Someone put out a tweet saying that Atletico have known since March. Yeah. That he was going to Barcelona, and all signs now lead that he's going to Barcelona. And I think I read yesterday that Griezmann says, it will all be revealed in 2 weeks' time. I was like, bro, just tell us what the hell you're
probably working on the documentary as we speak. Trying to get camera.
Man, bro, I told you, Griezmann, you're Robin. You're not Batman, you're Robin. You're a sidekick, man. You're a side piece.
He's a side chick.
He literally is a side chick, yeah.
He's halloumi fries. He's not the main dish.
Halloumi fries is my main
but
dish,
that's not your main meal, is it?
Sometimes
you put it on the side. You just eat.
What
kind of appetite you got?
What if you're poor?
If you're poor, you can't afford halloumi. That's not cheap. You just go for cheddar fries.
Actually, no. Those cheesy fries are actually pretty good. The cheesy curly fries. Okay, so look, Griezmann. So my main thing is that people have said he's not going to fit. So let's just assume that he's going to Barcelona. I said this before. I think it's actually a pretty good fit.
I think it is a good fit.
I think it's a really good fit. So
I think they may need to slightly tweak the system a little bit. I don't know how it'd work with Suarez and Messi, but I could see him working with Messi.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that he would be a long-term replacement for Suarez more than anything. I do think he'll do very well in the Barcelona show. I do still think that he's slightly overrated in some places.
Of course he is.
I don't think he's that high. I don't think he's at that superstar level.
No.
I wouldn't put him up that high, but I think he is a very, very good player, and you know what you're going to get with him. He is quite clinical in front of goal, so if you give him a chance, he could do that. And he's quite adaptable. You could play him in various positions across the front. He could sit just behind, or he could be the top man. You know what I mean?
But then do you think that, like him for Barcelona, I think, look, even if they won La Liga, this was definitely not a successful season for these guys. So with Griezmann coming in, is that the player this is the player that gives us the chance or the treble?
I think he's one of. I think they need more than just that. I think he's one of the players who could make the difference.
So he replaces Coutinho or he replaces Suarez?
I
think he replaces Coutinho. I think Suarez, you need an out-and-out finisher, which is not what Griezmann is. Griezmann is that attacking midfielder who then can now play off the guy. Like, he's not the guy at the top of the tree. So
I think for this season, I think Coutinho, the writing's on the wall for him. I think it's only a matter of time. If someone picks up his contract and willing to pay the money, he's gone. I think that's it. I think the only reason he stays at Barcelona is because no one's willing to pay the money for him this season. I think they've basically given up on that experiment. In my mind, that's what it looks like for me from the outside.
Which experiment?
Coutinho. I think that's done. I think
He even said himself, because people keep getting at me that you're so hard on Coutinho. The dude said himself that I flopped. I was a brick. Like, I admit that I wasn't really that great. So yeah.
But I think Griezmann going in there will change the system slightly. Obviously, we still don't know who's going to take over as a management. I mean, Valverde's still there right now. Right?
No.
The chances are he's not going to be there for long.
Well, he's there for next season.
Surely. Well, we say that.
Yeah. No. I think they had like a coming together meeting where it was like, okay, is he going to get sacked or nothing? But I think he's actually going to remain and he's going to stay.
So that's another thing.
But it wasn't his fault. Okay.
Well, I mean, I know a few Barcelona fans who are unhappy with him in the job.
Screw them. okay, no, he was partly to blame. Yes, 100%. I've always said that Valverde was partly to blame. It wasn't his. People say, okay, he was the prime reason. As we said again, Coutinho had a bad season. I think Suarez. I think he's too old.
Yeah.
So Griezmann coming in, that's a replacement for a Coutinho. But I don't think Griezmann is enough. Messi, if let's say you show up next season and your front three is Griezmann, Messi, and Suarez, even if it's Griezmann, Messi, and the Us, that's not enough to win a Champions League. It's not enough to win.
You know what?
So you're saying the Us. So you're saying Suarez, Messi, Griezmann. That front three is enough to win a Champions League.
Yes, because
because
Son, Kane, and Ali.
Yeah.
Is that enough to win the Champions League? They were 90 minutes away from winning the Champions League.
But
do you understand what I mean? So if those guys could get there, then I'm sure these three can. It's about the other end of the pitch. And for me, Busquets, they need to replace him.
Oh, yeah,
he's still doing it, don't get me wrong. He's not finished by any way.
But he's not really
they're
going to
need to put someone in place so it's a seamless... Because they don't want to do what they did with Iniesta and Xavi, where they went and they didn't have anyone lined up to take their place. And they're still suffering from that now. Busquets needs to be replaced. They need to have someone in place there, learning from him for next season, maybe 2 seasons, whatever, so that when he does finally go, they can just slot in to that place. And that's why I think that's where the difference is going to be for Barcelona. If they have someone who can maybe come in for Busquets or maybe play alongside him or something like that.
Though? I mean, who?
There's not many out there.
Because Busquets is such a...
There's not many out there.
A unique kind of player that it's very hard to get a Busquets replacement who reads the game as well as him. Oh, people are saying De Jong.
I forgot they've got him. I forgot they've got him, actually.
But De Jong doesn't play Busquets' role.
No.
See, De Jong is a replacement for Rakitic.
Yeah, I forgot they signed him. Yeah, that's a good point.
He's a replacement for Rakitic.
Yeah, so I think Barcelona, remembering that they've got him now, and I know they've got, obviously...
They're looking.
Defenders
I mean, the elite is on and off, but people are saying the elite is going to PSG.
I think he's going to PSG for a ridiculous amount of money for a teenager. You can't give a teenager 340 grand a week. He'll be dead by 22. That's crazy.
No, and the guys. So what I say about things like he's 19. I mean, we'll get to the elite a bit later on, but other things that for a 19-year-old to be raving like this, it's too much. Most defenders, when you're really known as a defender, 27, 28, if you're an attacker and like you're 19, you can be a maverick. If you're 19 and you're a defender, you still have so much learning to do because defending is an old man's game.
But you say that, but Rio Ferdinand at 19 was the most expensive defender in the world, and he was playing like a mature man.
Oh, was he 19?
Yeah, he was 19 when he went to Leeds, because he went to Leeds
for
30 million or whatever it was, 20 million, whatever it was, and he was performing week in, week out at Leeds. That's what got him the move to Man United. I'm not saying De Ligt and Ferdinand are on a par, whatever, but it's been done before.
Well, apparently this guy's saying apparently the Leeds PSG thing is fake news.
I can't see him going PSG. Personally, if you're going to leave Ajax to make the next big step in your career, it has to be a Barcelona. It has to be a Barcelona. Or Man United makes more sense than PSG to me.
Oh, yeah.
It makes more sense.
No, okay, so let's just go back to Griezmann. Right move for him.
Right move for him, Barcelona, yeah, 100%. I know you will be in Messi's shadow, but you have to accept
no,
you are in the footballing world.
He has to.
You have to. And I think if you're going to leave Atletico Madrid, where else are you going to go? Man United, in the shape that they're in? I don't know about that.
Juventus, Bayern Munich.
Juventus, where's he going to fit in it? He's going to go Juve and be second fiddle to Ronaldo. You go Bayern, possibly, but I don't see Bayern spending that kind of money on him. The kind of money they've spent already at the other end of the pitch, I don't think Bayern Munich will have that kind of money left to sign a Griezmann.
I mean, well, look, for me, look, I think I believe that it is the right move for him. And I do believe that he has to accept that, look, you're a Robin, you're a sidekick, you're not a Batman, you're not a main guy. So I think that by accepting that, I think that he can work really well with Messi. So I just think it's a great move for him. But Griezmann by himself is not enough for Barcelona to win a Champions League because Bayern are going to re-up, Real Madrid are going to re-up, Liverpool, I think they're still going to be a force. City are going to come again and only get even stronger. So to try and do battle with those guys, Barcelona need a grade quality striker, because that's what they're missing. We're missing a striker who says, at this time, because Messi was having to shoulder far too much, in my opinion.
So who are they going to go get realistically? Who is that gunman, that lethal striker that they can actually go and sign?
Bro,
better than Griezmann.
No, bro. Look, I was saying this yesterday, but when I talked about how amazing Drogba is at the last truly great tough striker. How many truly quality strikers are there out there, really, who you think that Barcelona could get?
Because there are still,
Harry Kane is tied down. Aguero is tied down. So, and also speaking of strikers, nice segue. Jovic.
Yeah.
He's been unveiled at Real Madrid. It's official. He's not a Real Madrid man. Now, this is what scared me. This is what worried me. Jovic said that he is ready to fight for his place.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I'm a bit confused, but I thought Jovic is coming in as a starting striker. I thought at worst he plays a 2 with a Benzema, but he is the main striker. I didn't know that this dude is coming off the bench. Actually, sorry, before we get into Jovic, let's just deal with a few of these super chats. Yeah. So, Nassim Foreign, thank you for the super chat, bro. He says the Barcelona midfield 3 will be Busquets, De Jong, and Arthur.
Yeah, I like that. I like that midfield. Alpha, I forgot about him as well.
Oh, no, very good.
He is a player.
Really good player.
I don't think I've seen him lose the ball.
Basically, he's very similar to a Xavi. Very similar to a Xavi.
Yeah.
But is that midfield 3 strong enough to...
Yes, I think.
But Busquets at his age.
Yeah, but he's still doing it. I think
he got exposed.
And I always used to say this when I used to play ball. Not that I'm like a big baller or anything like that, but football is played in the mind first.
Yeah, true.
Played on grass second.
Yeah.
And Busquets sees the game better than most.
Super intelligent.
Yeah, super intelligent player. So his legs may not be as fresh as they used to be, but with his intelligence on the football field and the legs around him of De Jong and Arthur, I think he will still be an integral part of Barcelona.
Okay, so James Lowry, our moderator, thank you for your super chat, bro. Super chat. He says, Messi grabbed the mic with the butterfingers.
You can't call Messi a brick. That should be banned. You can never ever call Messi a brick. Ever in life.
Okay. So
people say that like he choked at Anfield, but he created every single chance they had or had the chance.
Oh no.
Eight chances, he created 4, and the other 3 were his. Do you know what I mean?
No, but
people let him down.
But do you think that whole mic grabbing thing is going to come back to haunt him? Because people will keep on going back to that whole thing of him grabbing the mic and promising a Champions League.
No. Because in his mind, he's thinking, right, I'm going to do my part. 50-odd goals that season. He did his part.
No. He was bloody amazing.
It's his friends. He should have went in the dressing room afterwards and just started cussing each and every person.
Yeah.
Telling everyone to suck their mum. Because... like, I've done my part. What more can I do? I've done 50-odd goals this season. However...
created ridiculous amounts.
However many assists.
No, because...
you don't need to step up.
See, that's what people forget. Like, what Messi did individually this season for Barcelona was insane.
Yeah.
He was literally carrying this in. So if Barcelona had won that Champions League, it would have been one of the greatest individual efforts I've ever seen in the game.
I think people need to lay off Messi a little bit, man. People just ready to bring down the greats. He
needs to win that Copa America World Cup because he flops there. Jovic. So back to Jovic. So in your view, is Jovic the starter for Real Madrid, or are you saying he's an understudy to Benzema?
No, I think he will be a starter. I think he said that because he's coming from a modest background.
Yeah. So someone likes your trim.
A trim, yeah. I'll come straight from the barbers, man. Straight from the barbers. That's the only time you see me without a hat, when I come from the barber. Didn't pay money for nothing. Jovic, I think he's coming from a modest background.
How much was that haircut though?
I'm not going to disclose that. I'm not going to disclose
£100.
Jovic coming from a modest... But remember, this guy only just signed for Frankfurt. Literally he signed a permanent contract this summer.
Oh, wow.
He was on loan for two years from... I can't remember where it was, but I think it was an Italian team. Fiorentina or something like that. But he's coming from a small background. He's only, 20, 21? So to him to go to Real Madrid, he's not going to be like, yeah, I'm a bad man, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, he's going to be humble. So I think that's where the quotes come from. But I think he will be, maybe not straight away. I think they might, bring him in slowly. But he will be their main guy. And I think he is a gunman. I think he's the exact type of striker they need.
Okay, let's get real now. Let's get real. Is Jovic the striker that Real Madrid can lean on to win La Liga this season, and they throw Messi. Let's just put Champions League to one side. Let's deal with domestic matters. Is Jovic the guy? Minimum 25 goals a season.
Yes.
El Clasico, he can score the. Bro, come on.
You know why?
Why?
Because they got Hazard. That's why. I think Jovic,
True, because Zad was creating for two losers.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Jovic on his, if you just put Jovic in the Real Madrid side from last season on his own, maybe not. You put him with Hazard and Jovic movement off the ball. He's sharp. Short spaces, movement. The guy is hungry. He's you put him in front of goal, he doesn't miss. There's a clip from I think it's the Chelsea game when he scored against you guys, and he put through, and I think it was Kostic. As soon as the ball went to Jovic, he started celebrating. He knew that was going in the back of the net because he doesn't miss. If you give him a chance, he scores. And I think he scores all types of goals. He's very quick. His acceleration.
Oh no! Like I think that goal he scored against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I think that's right foot and he's left-footed.
Yeah, I mean, no. For me, I think that is because see, both sides of the arguments. One side of the argument is Bundesliga, Frankfurt. How good is the level of competition and everything? That's one side. And also another side is this is Real Madrid. Greater pressure, greater expectancy. You're not dealing with any pressure at Frankfurt. But the thing though about it is that you could just see that there's a pure finisher there.
Yeah.
Like Benzema was an amazing finisher. Like, and also you Benzema fanboys, relax.
I think he still has a big part to play for Real Madrid as well.
But the Benzema from Lyon and let's say first season at Real Madrid in the Benzema now.
No, same.
See, like that Benzema this guy is probably one of the best strikers in the world. But the Benzema we've seen, because I think Benzema was so used to being Cristiano's side piece. He's now basically he's like a Firmino. He's a facilitator. He's not an out and out. Let me go out there and get a striker. Hence why he spends.
How many goals did he get last season? Though?
I don't. So yeah,
didn't he score 20 odd goals last season?
Yeah, guys. How many goals did Benzema get last season in the league? Just in the league.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't 20 in the league. It wasn't because I remember Messi was about 14 goals above the person in second. I think
he didn't. No, that's a lie. He didn't get 31. League
no
only.
Competitions. I think he might have got 30 goals.
So it's league only. Oh, sorry, 21. Really? 21 goals?
Not in the league. In the league, really?
Just in the.
Who was this? I think it was Aspas was second, or was it Aspas or?
Wait, but how many did Messi get?
Messi had something like 32, 30 something like that, 33.
21. So he got 21 goals. What?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He had a really good season individually.
Doesn't make any sense.
When you put Jovic with Benzema and then you've got Hazard, you've got Vinicius Jr., you've got obviously Cruz and Modric still there. I don't know if they're going to sign another central midfielder, another creative midfielder.
Actually, let me put. Thank you. Remind me. Let me put another one on the docket there.
I think Real Madrid are doing a nice little rebuild. It shows the faith they have in Zidane over what they had in the last guy.
Oh yes, so Solari and a lot of but I think Zidane said that look, I am only going to come back if you give me assurances.
This is the rumours why he left in the first place, because they weren't giving him control of the transfers. And he's well, I'm gone then.
But that's just like he just won you 3 Champions Leagues back to back. He should pretty much be cut blanche. But so this is my thing about it. I think, and I don't know how you feel about this. I think this was, sometimes there's that temptation to come back because you've done so well, and the hardest thing to do is like leave it as that because it's just perfect. My thing is that him coming back, I think it's a bad move.
I don't think it's a bad move, and here's why. Say Real Madrid go ahead and win La Liga now. His legacy is
if they do.
Yeah, I mean obviously in football it's a massive if for anyone, but if he can get the squad that he's assembling now. Looks like it's going to be a real challenger for La Liga because Barcelona weren't that great last season. No. They've got work to do as well, as we just discussed. So I think Real Madrid, if you put Hazard in that team, is tasty. That for me, that is they should have done that signing a long time ago. No offense to Chelsea fans, but he should have left a while ago.
Oh no, the defense did it last season.
After they won that title under Conte, he should have gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think Hazard at Madrid.
No. And I think Hazard knew. He knew that he knew that wasn't right. That's why he wanted to go after the World Cup. I think after the World Cup was when he's like, yeah, I am now at that level where I can succeed because Real Madrid is, bro, if you don't hit it, you're up. Like Robin, Kaká, all these guys. So I think he felt that.
But Robin did it. Still got Still got sacrificed.
But he wasn't like Bayern.
But they loved him. No, he weren't. But Robin was loved. Same as Ozil. They were both loved at Madrid. Loved because they were doing it week in, week out. And they both got sacrificed because their name wasn't big enough. That's what Real Madrid were.
All right, so obviously we'll get back to Real. So Premier League fixtures have been announced.
Yeah.
Officially out there.
So
apparently we have a very interesting game at the Trafford.
Yeah, the first game of the season is United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford on the Sunday, the 11th of August. I haven't got a kickoff time, but I think it's the early one.
Damn, that's the end of August 11th. Wow. The funny thing about that is, what are both teams going to look like? Are we going to just see a bunch of fetuses for Chelsea? Is Pogba going to be for United?
Yeah, I mean, it's Solskjaer's first full season. The transfer window don't seem to be going too well for them. They've only got Daniel James in. Chelsea, obviously, with the ban.
Wait, Daniel James, who the hell is that?
The Welsh winger from Swansea. Rapid, very quick. That's all I know about him. Very quick. He scored a wonder goal. I think, was it against Man City last season in FA Cup or the League Cup? He scored a wonder goal, ran from his own half. Very, very quick. It reminds me of Theo Walcott. And,
Yeah, but
that turned out.
No, but apparently this considers like United have a tough first 10 games of the season. So I mean, do you think it's a case where Solskjaer could be sacked by Christmas?
It depends on what Man United want to be as a club moving forward. Do they want to just give up on every project, or do they want to see it through and give someone a bit of time? Because you have to understand, when you're rebuilding a club as they are, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And Solskjaer has not been given a full season yet. Do you know what I mean? And he steadied the ship. You can see that he can do it. Now you just need to put the pieces in place to support him. If, they're like 8th or they're miles away from top 4 come Christmas, are they going to get a bit nervous to pull the trigger? Massive questions.
I just really quickly thinking, Nassim Front just said Messi had 36 goals.
In the league.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what I said. It's like 14 goals in front of
the
closest person, yeah.
That is bloody... No, but for me, I do fear that he may get sacked because, let's say, for instance, like, by Christmas, they're like 6th or 7th. Horrible results. I think people may make... I think, like, for United, you have to just stick with something.
Yeah. I think they need to be realistic with what their expectations are. It's kind of similar to us.
Because you're not the same as you were before.
It's kind of the same to us last season, where going into the season, my expectations for us was get close to the top 4, closer than we were last season. That's an improvement, and go far in the Europa League. We did that. The way that we did that is very disappointing because we had top 4 in our grasp, and I think we needed 2 points from 4 games: Leicester, Palace, Brighton, and we got 1 point out of that run. So that is what makes me think Emery is not the right man, because if you choke in that situation, then you know what I mean. So I think Man United are in a similar situation this season where they've got to think getting close to the top 4 is an improvement. Performances need to be better, and maybe go on a long run in the Europa League and a deep run or pick up a cup or something along the way. Rather than thinking we need to be back at the top. You're not going to get there for a while. It's building blocks. So that's why I'm saying if they get to Christmas and Solskjaer is close to the top 4, they're playing decent football, which is what Man United fans are crying out for. They have to play good football. Then there's no reason to sack him. You have to have faith and let it continue.
No, because I think what I could to United fans is that these things happen in cycles. There is no greater, more recognizable jersey or badge than the AC Milan badge. And look at how these guys are strong. Like AC Milan, that is for me is the greatest fall that I've ever experienced of where a club was and where the club is now. But you see, very slowly they're chipping away, slowly coming back. They were within a game of getting back into the Champions League. So for United, this is like a 5-year plan. It's like you have to have a 5-6 year plan of like, say this is City's time to dominate, and maybe Liverpool's time to dominate. Just go to ride it out, keep competitive. Then once it's now your time, ride through. So James O'Lowry, Super Chat, he says that Drogba for the next Chelsea manager.
Well, he's got no experience, has he? I mean,
and I don't. Basically, it's similar to Henry. Don't take the Drogba. Don't do it. Like you.
I think Lampard being linked with it is bad enough.
Yeah, it's like
that's bad enough. That's another interesting thing about this game. Who's going to be in the dugout for Chelsea coming this first game?
Because like Sarri is.
Sarri ain't going to be there. Do you know what I mean? That's not going to be. So that's. If they go for Lampard, I think that's a massive.
No, don't.
Mistake. I think one thing that they will get is the Chelsea fans will give him as much time as he needs.
But it's like...
That's the only good thing I can think about.
It's similar to the whole Solskjaer thing. Even if I still felt that Solskjaer should have been given the job. And this wasn't a whole sentiment thing of like, oh, look what he did. Look, he gave it the results, everything. So he did deserve to be given the full-time job. Maybe someone actually made a good point. Maybe give it to him at the end of the season. So right after the good whole thing until the end of the season. Then because literally as soon as he was given the full-time job, they turned it into bricks. So any other Premier League?
Norwich... away to Liverpool. That's the opening game. On Friday night.
The game of the season.
And Norwich will be happy that Suarez is no longer there because.
Suarez yeah. He got that ass, man.
On top of that, you got Leicester versus Wolves, which I think is for me a clash of the two best of the rest.
Yeah.
Teams in the league.
So are Leicester home or
Leicester at home?
Oh, that'd be good.
I'm quite worried about Leicester and Wolves next season as an Arsenal fan because I think if they could put it together, Rodgers. As much as I hate to admit it, is a very, very good manager.
No, he's a good coach.
Good manager.
I mean, not amazing, but he's a good coach.
Good manager.
He's a good
I think
coach.
I'd actually prefer him at Arsenal to Emery. And I think he would do more. With the players we've got, I think he would have done more with that team than what Emery has.
Emery, he's just had one season, bro.
But I'm saying...
A final and almost close to top four. So you're putting Rodgers over Emery?
No. What I'm saying is... No, not overall in terms of what they've won or anything. I'm saying if you were to give Rodgers the players we have... He would have done more with that team than what Emery has.
Okay, so you're saying that one first season, if Rodgers was to come in, he would have made Arsenal top four, top four.
I think he would have done more with that team than what Emery has.
No.
Because Emery is this is the problem I have with
Emery.
So he hasn't got a clear footballing philosophy. He hasn't got an identity. Look at how many different things he tried, and I think you need to have a clear philosophy and say, right, this is what we're doing. I'm going to get you guys to buy into it. And we're going to move forward like that. Rodgers, as soon as he came into Leicester, boom, attacking football, bam, we're scoring goals. Straight away. Because he has a clear philosophy. He's like, this is the way I play. I've used it all throughout my career. This is what we're going to do. And I think if he had done that at Arsenal, I think players like Ozil would have responded to him. I think Ozil would have... Rodgers with Ozil in his team, I think he would have done something. He would have played Lacazette, would have played Aubameyang, both of them up top. Say, right, these are our strongest players.
Oh, no. The other thing I'm saying is that, okay, like... The issue with Emery is that he kept on chopping and changing.
That's what I'm saying.
I do believe that he does have a philosophy, just like he didn't have the right team. His philosophy is very intensive attacking football, but the issue with that is that you need to have a team that has a consistency of knowing what you're about. Because I can see the similarities between this team when it was at PSG and when it was at Sevilla. Yeah. So who do Arsenal
have? We have got Newcastle away first game. That's on the Sunday as well. Tottenham play Villa at home, first game.
Oh, Villa back. Wow, man.
Man City away to West Ham. That's a tricky tie. First game of the season. That's all the big boys counted for. Who else came up last season? Sheffield United away to Bournemouth.
Wow.
So that's the opening.
So Sheffield United, they finished second?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Norwich top. Sheffield United, apparently they were linked with Ribery. I saw something linking them with Ribery, yeah.
No, that would be... Oh my gosh, Ribery at Sheffield, no, that'd be odd, man. That would be odd. But I mean, so Everton.
Yeah.
So apparently they have like a flipping screw up like during Christmas. Yeah. And I think the thing with Everton is I say Everton were always the team that people thought, okay, top 5, top 6, they're that team creeping through. Yeah. But I think Leicester and Wolves have actually now taken their spot.
That's an interesting battle between the three teams.
Yeah, basically that's what Leicester, Wolves, Everton is going to be. And could any of them actually even, as you said, Arsenal should be worried.
Arsenal and Man United. Arsenal and Man United should be worried because if they don't get their act together, I can see a team like Wolves and Leicester overtaking them this season.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And maybe Everton if they could get the consistency because they've definitely got the players. I just think he needs to trust in players like Lookman, like Calvert-Lewin, and trust in those guys a little bit more than your Theo Walcotts and those guys, you know. So
what's it called? So just I know briefly. Do City do three in a row, or do you think Liverpool can actually go one better and win it?
I don't know, man. I think City. I think they're going to go again. I think they will. I think they will do a three-peat. I think they'll go three. And I can't see. I mean, Liverpool were phenomenal last season.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
But you
198 points over 2 seasons. Come
Oh
on.
no, it's stupid.
Come on, it's
no.
ridiculous.
I mean, I think if Pep is still there, I will still say again. As long as Pep is at Man City, they'll win the league every season. Like, he just needed that one season just to figure things out, get his players. That once you do that, it's like it's just like autopilot. Carrasco.
Yeah.
So, when I first saw this, it was about Carrasco and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Then I look up this morning, and now apparently it looks as if Bayern Munich are not going to get Leroy Sané. So that's if they can't get Leroy Sané, they're going for Carrasco. Now here's
similar players, man. It's such a dip.
Oh no, it's
a massive fall off a cliff from one to the other.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. But if you if we're talking about Carrasco at Atletico, different players, but I'll say that Carrasco can say something. Now, if you've been playing for China for like a year, your quality is gonna dip. So my issue is that I believe that if I'm Arsenal, you go all out for a Carrasco. If you're Bayern Munich, I don't think Carrasco is the level of player that you need to compete. Because remember, Arsenal are not competing in the Champions League.
They don't need him. They don't need it. You know what this is?
Wait. Who don't need him?
Bayern Munich do not need Carrasco. They don't need him. This is purely because they miss bullying us in the Champions League. And this is the only chance they've got to bully us. They're going to bully us in the transfer market. One way or another, they're going to bully us out of something. Whether it's Europe or player. They just want to inflict damage on our football club. It's in their DNA. I think Carrasco at Bayern makes no sense because they've got Coman, they've got Gnabry, they've got players in those positions who I would put above Carrasco.
Bro, we have to have a real conversation about those two guys.
But I think Arsenal,
Kingsley Coman isn't that dude, but no,
injuries but I think he can be a very, very effective winger. In the games they did play for Bayern last season, he looked very good. That's what I say. But I think at Arsenal, Carrasco is needed. We have no wide players. The only wide player we have, genuine wide player, is Reece Nelson.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even at the club last season.
Because Iwobi isn't really
Iwobi's not a wide man. Iwobi is like he's a central player who's being pushed out wide because he has skills. You know, I don't think it suits him playing out wide. I think he can do a job, but it would be better on the inside. But Carrasco is a wide man, an out-and-out wide player. We do not have any of those in the club. We desperately need wide players. So I think Carrasco makes perfect sense. If we don't get him, it's looking like Ryan Fraser, if we can afford him, which is...
Is that the Bournemouth dude?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, but if you get Carrasco, though, aren't you worried that the dude has been in China all this time? Because remember, you're not getting Atletico Carrasco, you're getting the guy from... But do you think that...
You know why I'm not worried?
What?
We do not have any wide players at the club. So we have no wide players. I'm not worried. I'm sure he'll be better than the alternative.
All right. Let's talk... actually, no. Let's stick with Bayern. So Lewandowski, he said that he feels that Bayern Munich should buy a backup striker. And I kind of read this a bit strange. Is that him saying that, just giving good advice for Bayern Munich, we should buy a backup striker so we're strong? Or is that him saying that, I don't really fully believe that I can give you guys fully 30, 40 quality games a season. I think that it's good to have someone that can come in and try and do a job. So, because I think that, and people come in, I think Lewandowski needs to be replaced.
Eventually he will be. I think it's a thing of, you like to be pushed. You like to be challenged. He has no challenge.
Yeah.
If he's not on form, who's going to take his place?
Yes, they're screwed.
I mean, I know Gnabry plays up front for Germany, the national team, but he's not a striker.
No.
He's a wide man.
No.
They have no other... who is their replacement striker? I think they had Sandro Wagner, he's left.
Yeah.
And he's a brick.
Wait, didn't they have a man that went back to Werder Bremen?
Pizarro.
Yeah, Pizarro.
Yeah, that was a while ago. He's 41.
Yeah.
You know? I think they did sign the young boy from Hamburg, Arp, who's supposed to be one of the next big things in German football. I think he's like 19. He played in the second division, Bundesliga 2, last season. He made his debut the season before at 17 for Hamburg and scored a couple goals in Bundesliga. He's supposed to be a massive thing, so they signed him this summer. But I don't think
how old is he?
He's 19 now, I think. But I don't think he's going to be the answer this season. It's still very, very raw. But I think long term they're going to look towards him to be the future of Bayern Munich.
And I said, there's a name that I keep on hearing, Timo Werner. Is Timo Werner's that to do?
Yeah, for Bayern Munich, 100%.
Okay, but then maybe you can say, okay, it was his debut and everything. He didn't do himself any favors at that World Cup. I thought he was a brick. So, do you think that he has the quality to be a first choice top striker for Bayern? No, flipping Leipzig for Bayern.
He has the qualities, like physically, he has the qualities. Does he have the mentality? And that's a massive question, because it's, as you said, it's a massive leap from Leipzig to Bayern Munich, and you just huge pressure on you from the media, the fans, the club to produce week in, week out. You've seen many players make that, maybe not Bayern, but other clubs, other leagues, make that leap from a good club to a great club, and it's kind of swallowed them up. I think Werner is a very good player, and I think he would look good in a Bayern shirt. The amount of chances that they create, he will put them away, because he doesn't miss many, Timo Werner, generally.
Oh no! Look, for me, I will never deny the guy is quality. But as you said, like, quality is one thing. The different things about your psychology and your mentality, because having the mentality to play for a Bayern Munich is very different from the one for Leipzig. Let's talk Sarri. Now, Sarri has said that.
My God.
No. Basically, everybody. It was almost assumed that Chelsea would say, "Fine, cool, we'll release you," and then Juve would get him and everything. But then the last thing I read was that Sarri said he's feeling pessimistic about Chelsea releasing him and allowing him to join Juventus. This is just weird. All right, this is just weird, all right, because I know I've insulted Sarri, I've called the guy a loser and everything, but to come third without a striker and to win the Europa League,
you should have played Giroud more. They'd have done better.
Bro.
No, seriously.
Bro.
Serious.
Look, Giroud is a classy brick. He's a useful brick, but he's a classy brick.
I'm not going to let you slander him like that.
So no, come on, bro. Do you think it's a right move for Sarri to
for Juve?
go? Yeah. Do you think it's a case of like he'll slot in and he'll easily win the league with Juve, like Inter and Conte won't want to do anything? Because my thing about this is that Conte to Allegri wasn't that big of a switch. So it was a very nice transition. Allegri to Sarri, that's a really big difference in system, philosophy, and way of playing.
And I think the major thing is, when you went from Conte to Allegri, you didn't really have the level of competition that you have going from Allegri to Sarri. In terms of Inter Milan, AC Milan look like they're going to start doing some stuff.
Atalanta.
Roma, you never know what you're going to get with them. Napoli and Ancelotti, you imagine they're going to be consistent this season. So it's not going to be as easy for Juventus to win the league this season, especially with a new manager. So I think it's a dream move for Sarri. He should take it 100% because when you look at his story, the guy was a bank manager not too long ago. He's not been in professional football that long. So yeah, the job of Juventus comes up. Take it 100%. But is it the right move for Juventus? I'm not so sure.
To get Sarri?
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Who do you think Juve should have gotten then?
Well, the rumours obviously Pep. If you could have got him over the line, then...
But that never happened. No. If Pep had gone to Juventus, you're forever a loser.
Who? Pep. Why? Imagine he goes to Juve and he finally gets that Champions League.
No, final, but by going there...
What else can he do in England that he hasn't done?
No, win the flipping Champions League for Man City.
Yeah, but to win it with Juve would mean more than to win it with City. Because everyone would just say, but look how much money they throw at it. They should win the Champions League. Juve have no right to win the Champions League.
No, but my whole thing is like this whole thing of club hopping and everything. Well, I think it's just really bad optics. If he went to Bayern, he couldn't win the Champions League with Bayern. Went to Man City, couldn't win the Champions League with Man City, and now going to Juventus. I'm like,
But yeah, for Sarri, if he gets the Juve job, I think it will be a difficult season for Juve. I'm not saying they won't win the league, but I think Conte and Inter are going to be serious. They are going to be serious.
Yeah.
I think Milan, if they get the right things in place.
No, they need too much. Milan have Piatek and of course Paqueta, who are like their main two guys. Apart from that, seems average.
Suso's a good player. Kessie is a good player in midfield. They got decent defenders. Donnarumma's a good goalkeeper.
Oh no, Donnarumma will be the best. I mean, if he doesn't sniff glue before games, he doesn't make mistakes.
I think they've got the pieces in place to put together a really good side.
No, I still think that there are a few ways away. So you're saying that Juve are not guaranteed to.
I don't think it's going to be as easy. I don't think they're going to walk it. I think it'll be a little bit tighter this season, I think. Because we know Conte's a winner. He's proven that. No matter where he's gone, he's won. Usually in the first season as well. So I think Inter Milan are one to watch out for. So
with how Chelsea are now regarded now with Sarri leaving them, I mean, was this a bad move of Chelsea? Should they have kept him? Even if with the transfer ban, should they have still kept him going in?
The reason why I say no, I think there's too much damage done over the season. The players and him, the fans and him, the board and him. I think there was too much damage done over the season for it to be repaired fully. I don't think... Say Chelsea lose 3 games out of the first 10, it's going to be again all of this negativity.
But didn't that Europa League victory buy him so much goodwill?
I think that's a swan song. I think that was... Okay, it worked out well in the end, but that just kind of painted over the cracks. The cracks are still there. Well done, thank you very much. I think it would, if they would have kept him on, I wouldn't have said that's the wrong thing to do, but what happens if they go through a poor run of form? You're going to get all of this circus again. Do you really want that? Do you need that? Especially when you have a transfer ban.
I mean, but then it's like, so who the hell do Chelsea get as a manager? Because Lampard, for me, that's out of the question.
I think the Lampard thing is to get the fans on side again. Because if Lampard comes in, you got a club legend, fans' favourite, voted the best ever player to play for the club.
Oh, no, it was Drogba.
No, Lampard was voted the best ever player to play for Chelsea.
All right, fact check, guys. Who was voted Chelsea's greatest ever player? I thought it was Drogba.
No, it's Lampard.
He thinks it's Lampard. I thought it was Drogba. But
Lampard was. It should be Lampard. It should be Lampard.
Bro.
Of course it should be Lampard.
Bro, I was in this room when Didier did the bid in that CL final.
Yeah.
The most clutch performance.
Lampard, how long was Drogba there for?
No. It's not how long.
Lampard was there for how long? And he's the record goal scorer of all time. No one scored more goals for Chelsea than Frank Lampard. And he's a midfielder. Central mid. He's the greatest player to ever play for that club. They voted him. I'm telling you. So if they're going to get him in as manager, it makes sense in terms of, as I said before, they will give him time. The fans will give him time rather than they won't really turn on him. Some will, a section will, but I think majority of them will give him time if he was given a job. And I think in a politic kind of view, it's a wise choice. Footballing wise, I don't think so at all. I don't think he has the experience. He will be given the respect by the players because of who he is, rather than what he's done. But I don't think footballing wise it's
for me, I just think look, don't all this sentiments crap. Don't do it. I think what he's done for Derby County, amazing. Almost.
Most Derby County managers have got them to the playoffs or the playoff final. That's where they always get to, and they flop at the last.
No, but I think I thought Lampard would just flop. So a guy just coming into management and everything and still. Because again, looking at some of the games, I remember watching their game against United in the league. I was like, it's actually quite impressive with what he's doing with them. So, but I think you've got to earn your stripes, and I think that Chelsea job is so volatile. I'm so crazy that you need to come in there fully prepared to really stand. So let's just do this right now. And Fekir to Liverpool is coming back again. Now, in 2019, June 2019, is Fekir still relevant?
Yes. He's just scored 17 league goals for Lyon. But this guy with a bum knee just scored 17 league goals for Lyon. I think, for me, I've always rated Fekir highly from the moment I first saw him. And for me, the only move that he should make is to Arsenal Football Club. And here's why.
Oh, God.
Fekir and Lacazette are basically, they have a telepathic, understanding of each other. The fact that the fact that they got split apart is just, it's inhumane. They should be reunited immediately. So Fekir should sign for Arsenal. We should give Ozil to Lyon as an exchange. Have him.
Ozil is living that
we'll
cash,
have Fekir. And no, to be 100% serious, I think Fekir is a great footballer. I think that knee thing for me is weird because there's clearly nothing wrong with his knee.
What's the thing that
I think Liverpool made that up to try and knock some money off the price, and you do not mess around with Olas. The Lyon chairman is not to be messed around with. And he's like, screw you guys, we're not having him. And I think it backfired a little bit. I think Liverpool now, I don't know if there's genuine interest or if it's just Lyon trying to create interest in Fekir. Because they said he can leave.
No, because my thing about this, Liverpool have got to be very careful because, I mean, so Fekir obviously attacking midfield and obviously in the middle. For me, that is the missing piece that Liverpool need. I think if Liverpool find...
Klopp knows that.
Yeah. If he finds the right central midfielder who's also creative, my gosh, everything is now watertight and clean. But my the issue is that if people are like, Fekir, what if Fekir comes in and somehow, somewhere he messes up the balance of the team? Because there's a whole thing of like, you have to get your chemistry right. And even if you get that player who is amazing in and of himself, he may come in and just mess with the dynamics and the chemistry of the team.
I don't think Liverpool actually want Fekir anymore. I think the reason I wanted him before is because Ox was out. I think now they've got Keita with a season under his belt. Ox is back. I don't think they need him. I think they can. Those two players there could really change Liverpool's style of play if they want to.
Well, who? Ox
Keita and yeah. Ox, I think Ox is a massive inclusion for them this season. I think he gives them a different dimension that they didn't have last season. I think Keita the same now. He's got a season under his belt. If you could see, we saw glimpses of Keita. We didn't really see him last season.
For me, I think Keita, like, you can just tell this guy is a very, very talented player, and it's just about time.
Yeah,
it's just about time. So
I think they don't even want Fekir anymore. I think these noises are coming out of Lyon more than they are Liverpool, because it's like what they used to do with us back in the day when we were a good team. Every player was linked with us because it created interest from other parties. I think that's what Lyon have gone back to, that saying Liverpool are after, and Liverpool sitting there going, no, we don't want him anymore. Do you know what I mean? We don't want him. Yeah. But Lyon are like, yeah, they still want him. So everyone's looking at Fekir thinking, right, well, we should go.
So do you actually see him? So if let's say he leaves the summer, where do you think that he will go? Because I'm trying to think of which teams. Which team would want him? Which team would he possibly go to? Because I mean, Arsenal makes sense because of the whole Lacazette thing.
Yeah, we can't afford him.
So that's what, 60, 70?
I mean, is even being banded around about 25, 30 million.
You can't afford 25?
No, listen, we've got other areas that we need to.
Mustafi.
If we can get rid of some players and bring in some money, then maybe we can afford someone like that. But if we're getting Carrasco, that's 25 mil. We need a wide man. We don't need to shoehorn players wide who are better central. We need a wide man. But I think Fekir, I could see him rocking up somewhere like a Man United. Somewhere like Man United, I could see him playing in there.
But would he want to go to Man United with the...
Yeah, Man United is still a massive club. Imagine, this is what I always try and think. Think of being that player who brings Man United back to their glory days. That's you. Then that's. But
I mean, does Fekir really believe that he can be the player that can bring Man United back?
Seems like the kind of player that would believe in his abilities that much. Or he goes to Serie A, he goes to Milan, or he goes to Inter. Or something like that.
You see, Inter would be interesting. So people have actually mentioned this. Pulisic, he isn't a Hazard replacement, so people have to stop that right now.
He's part of the Hazard replacement.
He's part of, but he's not a direct. People say, "Oh, this is the direct Hazard." No way. So, how well do you think he can do? Because Pulisic is a very interesting thing. I'm sure we watch Bundesliga a bit, and I remember watching Dortmund quite a bit and seeing Pulisic play. And I think Pulisic, I still believe that he's America's best ever player. I still say that he's better than Landon Donovan, who I thought was overrated. I think Michael Bradley is better than Landon Donovan even. But my thing about it is that Pulisic is what Chelsea need. I think he isn't the kind of player that can drastically change Chelsea. But Chelsea don't actually have any natural wingers. Willian,
I mean,
he acts like he's a winger, but he's not. Pedro is not a
Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic would be quite interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
But obviously, the injuries robbed you of that. But I think Pulisic is a very good player. Where I worry about Pulisic is the mentality to perform week in, week out. Because I think he was good at Dortmund until he was the main man at Dortmund. And that's when his form kind of dropped off. Because obviously, Royce was injured. Sancho wasn't there. Götze was struggling. And Pulisic kind of became the main man. And when he became the main man...
So this was before the...
This is not last season, the season before.
Oh, okay.
He kind of faded away. And I think now you're at Chelsea, there's nowhere to hide. They need you, especially with the transfer ban, especially with Hazard gone, Hudson-Odoi injured, Loftus-Cheek injured. They need you to be the main man. Can he step up and do that? And that's where I worry about Pulisic. I think he has all the talent in the world. He's a talented player. I still don't think he knows where his best position is. A lot of things I've heard coming out from the States when he plays in the national team is that he's better as a number 10.
No.
I've seen him play as a 10 and he seems to play well there. They've used him mostly on the wing at Dortmund. I think they need to figure out if he's better as 10 or better as a winger. He needs to figure that out.
But I think you see him as a number 10 for America makes sense, because if he's your best player, you want to get the best out of him, and you want to put him in the middle where he can create, he can go wide, he can go everything. But I think at Chelsea, I know that Hazard is good. I think because Chelsea are so in need of a wide man who can cross the ball, which is what he can do. He can get to the byline and cross. Bro, stick out and just get your flipping blah and crosses it.
I would say be patient with him. That's one thing I'll say to Chelsea fans. I don't think he's going to come in and set the world alight straight away.
Does Abramovich look like a guy that knows how to spell patience? So Labille, aka Paul Pogba, who's currently in South Korea actually, because I follow him on Instagram. So do you think Pogba to Real Madrid? First of all, do you think Pogba to Real Madrid is going to happen?
No.
Why not? Why?
No, I think he stays at United at least till January. I don't think he's going anywhere yet.
Whoa! Why not?
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Madrid, if they're going to go for anyone, it'll be Eriksen in that hole.
What?
Yeah, I think.
So they prioritize Eriksen over Pogba.
It's not about priority. It's about money and availability.
But they already have Isco though. So why do they need Eriksen?
Yeah, but it depends if they're going to want Isco. Like if they're going to play him. I think Eriksen will be more of a thing of replacement for Modric. Maybe not now, but they'll bring Eriksen in. Modric might play the season, and then they'll slot in Eriksen to take over from Modric. But I don't think Real Madrid are going to go for Pogba, at least not this season. At least not this summer, I should say. I think Pogba will start the season at Man United, and it'll be a massive season for him. If he starts the season like how he had that little 10, 11 game run, then Solskjaer will build a team around him. I think, well, maybe not Solskjaer, it might be another manager in that time, but they will build around Pogba.
So if you're Man United, okay, let me just paint a scenario. So Real Madrid say, yo, hola chicos, and they say, we'll give you 150 million dineros for Pogba.
You say no, because dineros are extinct.
Okay, I'll give you 150 million euros, because actually no, I went to Paris, and I think the euro is now stronger than the pound. I was like, what the hell? Because I want to say, I went to the and say, yo man, 50 pounds, but give me those 80 euros. I just, here go. I was like, wait, are you sort of funny? What thing? Not the hell,
man. Yeah, the pound is weak right now. It's weak.
Screw you, Brexit, man. Losers, man. So, 150 million. You say no? Because my argument is that 150 million, you lose a huge player in a Pogba, but you take that thing out, and now you now have 100, because I believe United need 5-6 players.
Yeah,
they literally need 5-6 players to transfer. So 150 million plus whatever money they already have, I think that's enough to buy 5-6 players, build a whole entire team, which is what they need with a revamp.
Yeah.
If Pogba is still there, how many other players can you bring in and everything? And remember, with Pogba, because I still believe that Pogba is an amazing player, but I do still feel that he does hold a lot of influence for United and everything. I think that any player coming in is like, because I think once Pogba's out of there, you can just start afresh. So you don't take the 150 million. You say
no. You know what? I think you take the 150 million, and you needed 4 or 5 players before. Now you need 6, 7. Yeah, you've got the money, but you still need to identify these players. Do you have faith in Ed Woodward to go and get those players as a Man United fan? No. So you keep your best player, and you sign 3 or 4 other players to supplement that. I think Man United under Ed Woodward, if you sell Pogba, you're not going to get anything anywhere near that quality coming through the door. As good as Man United are and the brand and how enticing they are, Man United have shown under Ed Woodward they don't know how to recruit players properly. So you don't sell Pogba. Man. Yeah. You don't sell Pogba because who are you going to get in his place? Do you know what I mean? I mean, they've been linked with some players who I think will do well at Man United, but
Dillit, Perisic.
Yeah, I don't know about Perisic. They've been linked with like James Maddison and Harry Maguire and stuff like that, which is decent. But is that going to put you back to the upper echelon of the game? No. You know, you want to be linked with big boys.
But for United, I think even if they kept Pogba, I don't think they have the clout to attract those big stars. They do to an extent because it's still Man United the name, hence why you said the Fekir thing. But you're not sniffing a Mbappe and any of these guys. So briefly, let's just touch upon this. I mean, we talked about this obviously on Hope Meets Banter. Copa America starts very soon Friday. I am super excited. You know, gonna get my what's called $9.99 a month Premier Sports deal.
Is that what it's on Premier Sports?
Yeah, Premier Sports. Yeah, $9.99. So who did you say again?
My dark horses are not dark horses, but I think Colombia. I have a feeling Colombia are going to do really well. I think and if you look at the squad and the balance within the squad, because you look at Argentina, the top end of the pitch is very talented.
Yeah.
The defense, not so much. Yeah. I think Brazil and Colombia are probably the two most balanced sides, and I think, in a strange way, I think Brazil being at home, the pressure that's on them, Neymar, I think they're gonna
too much pressure.
I think they might crumble.
Too much pressure.
They might crumble. I think everything's been laid down for them to go and win it. The group is by far the easiest group. I think I just have a feeling that it's going to get to them, and they might get to the final and choke, or they might get to the semis and choke.
I think Colombia are going to win it. Yeah. Oh, so you think Colombia?
Yeah.
No, for me, no. I mean, that's why. The reason why I'm so excited is that I still have no idea, because you say Colombia, and they definitely have the team and everything, but then I look at, okay, fair enough. They didn't have James Rodriguez in that England game, but they looked so average in that England game where they were void of anything. And my thing about this is that,
I think their style suits against the other South American sides.
But then let's say James Rodriguez gets injured, then what? He is critical for them. He is vital for that team. Like,
but they've got players.
They've got players, but I think that you always have the player that pretty much defines team, and they'll give that team that extra magic. And I think without him, then it's crazy. Because I was doing it live, I think earlier today. So how much do you know about this little Chelsea dude?
The Chelsea, he's at Betis now.
Yeah,
he was at Paris Saint-Germain. He
Could it be
good in bits and
star?
pieces. Yes, yeah, he's definitely got it in him. Tottenham won him, apparently 60 million. He's definitely a good player. I saw glimpses of it. He didn't.
I mean, enough to
Paris Saint-Germain, I think he was kind of Emery's project.
Oh, yeah.
And he played him all the time. And the Paris Saint-Germain fans, they didn't really like him. So it didn't really work out. But I saw glimpses of him there that made me think he was a very good player.
What should we keep talking?
Yeah, was he ordered pizza?
No.
I do like Lo Celso. But I think in terms of Argentina, there's just not enough in that club to actually... Sorry, in that club.
So wait, why did you ring the bell and just put the stuff through the letterbox?
Was it?
Amazon.
Amazon. There you go.
Like, okay, like ring the bell, then let me open the door, okay, ring the bell. Oh, and what? Okay. Flipping Jeff Bezos, man. Yo, give me three bill. Bezos, you, my dude.
You should ask his wife, innit? She might, she's single now.
Yeah.
So, you never know.
Hey, what up?
Yeah, hit me up. But I think Lo Celso is good. I think Argentina, in terms of their squad, there's not enough depth in it. I still don't see how they're going to put all these players in one team.
No.
It doesn't make sense.
It's not like Messi fanboys and everything. Your dream is not happening. They're not winning it.
Yeah.
But I don't know who's going to win. I really don't know, because I think there is. Because for me, I just think like there's. See, but the more I was thinking about it though, is Uruguay.
Yeah,
like, even if I feel that they're very old, I do feel that Uruguay may be able to swan song, ride it out. We're gonna ride like this. So I may be leaning more towards Uruguay, but I think it would be really cool if you had a totally new winner. Like Chile, I think no.
Yeah, I think Chile have got. I mean, they've got good players, but again, as you were saying the other day, it's about cycles. I mean, they are definitely at the end of their cycle. I mean, Sanchez has been terrible for 18 months.
Class A break.
They've still got Bozador, who's, he must be coming out of retirement to play in this tournament or something. I don't know. Vidal's done okay over the last year or so. It's not the Vidal that we once knew. I just think that the other teams will be too strong for them. I think Uruguay will beat them in the groups. And if they come up against an Argentina or Brazil or someone like that, I think they've got no chance.
All right, so Nations Cup starts next Friday. Do you think everything is set, the stage is set, the narrative is there for Salah to lead Egypt to Nations Cup glory on home soil?
It's very similar to what I was saying about the Brazil thing. That the home, I think, being the host nation will favour them actually, rather than put too much pressure on them. But there's a lot of nations that have better teams than they do. I don't think Egypt are that strong as a
because I mean people are saying Morocco look really good. Senegal look really good. Ivory Coast look pretty good.
I was just looking at Ivory Coast.
You know,
Okay.
No,
but Nigeria, they've got some good players if they can find the right system and you know, and they find that goal scorer, because that's where you guys are let down.
I don't want to go too deep into the whole thing, but first of all, the manager is a brick.
Yeah,
he's picked guys that have no business being in the team. Obi Mikel should have retired.
And
somehow they'll do this little thing.
What? He's still a bit of a talisman, like in the middle. You need that organisation in the team. He's an on-field manager. You need that.
No. For me, see, like sometimes that can be useful, but you know what?
But who's going to score your goals?
Samuel Chukwueze.
But he's not a striker.
Oh no, he's a wide forward.
Yeah.
But
who's going to be that target man, the main man in the middle? Is going to be.
Sorry,
this is where you guys are going to fall down. But
because
Algeria in the competition.
I think so. Yeah,
they've got some good ballers.
Yeah.
They've got some good ballers.
No, for me, I mean, I think like, you see,
I need to look at the groups.
I think the pressure for Brazil is going to count against them, I believe, because it's flipping Brazil. But I think Egypt, the pressure and everything, I think they will thrive on the pressure. I think the crowd will actually
a different type of support. I think the support in Brazil is you better win this
because it's Brazil. Because it's Brazil. Because
we can't show our face.
That's an expectation. Yeah.
Whereas Egypt is more of like, come on guys,
let's do it.
A bit more like
so if you're to pick a team for the Nations Cup, who would you go with?
Jesus, I need to look at the groups and everything like that. But just off the top of my head, I initially when I saw Senegal's team, I thought Senegal. I saw Ivory Coast team. I thought, you know what, they got some, but. I'm gonna stick with Senegal until I've had a look properly at the groups and the fixtures and everything like that. But just off of based on just the talent within the group, Senegal.
So last thing before we round off, final thing, Ballon d'Or. Again, I still feel that we have to wait until the Copa America and the Nations Cup because I think that will have a huge thing. Because my thing is, it should go to Van Dijk.
Yeah.
If Messi wins the Copa America, it's a done deal. It will go to Messi. Yeah. So
I agree with that.
So what would your 3 be, and who would you give it to?
3, fuck me. Okay.
I'll go Van
Dijk and Messi. But again, if Messi goes ahead and wins Copa America, then that puts him in the lead.
Done deal.
That puts him in the lead. So I'll say those 2, and it could, switch. Third is a difficult choice. Because let's say, for example, Mane wins the Nations Cup with Senegal.
You have to put him there.
You'd put him in there.
If Salah wins it,
but if Salah wins it, if neither of them win it, who goes above who? And,
people have been saying Bernardo Silva, which I just think is a bit.
No. He's had
a
a phenomenal season, but
Sterling.
No. As much as I love Raheem Sterling, Ronaldo's got to be in that conversation.
No.
They've won the Nations League. He won the Serie A. He scored a bag of goals.
No.
I think he's got to be in that conversation again.
For me, I think that Sterling has had. Remember, Sterling is playing in a much more competitive league.
Yeah, domestic treble.
And based on, domestic treble, much more competitive league. Yeah. I think for me, Sterling has a greater case than Cristiano. Yeah. And if not for VAR, Sterling's hat trick would have led City to a flipping semi-final.
Yeah.
So,
Sterling. Yeah, I think after Van Dijk and Messi, it is a bit.
Oh no, it is very hard. It is very hard.
But I'd say Mane, personally, third.
Guys, that's all we have time for. Hopefully, Devo, we can do this again sometime again and riding through, man. So, peace out, nice haircuts, and guys, we're out, man. Peace out.